he is, locked and loaded. You get to rest this week, huh? Get to relax at home and write your stories from the house. How about that? Boys
It'll be nice.
Couple days off for the boys, right? They're off for the next couple days?
Yeah, like the Dolphins, I'll be off Thursday through Sunday, so looking forward to spending some time with family and relaxing.
Yes, sir. All right. Chan looks like he's on target to return after the bye week, correct?
Yeah, he looked good. I mean, he traveled to Germany and looked good running around there. So, yeah, Achan on track, and that's good. I think he's averaging like 100 plus yards per game in his last 3 games. That's for sure.
Where do you stand with Mike McDaniel, where I think he's a fantastic young coach? I just think he has a lot to learn still. You know, for me, I ran out of patience with some of the other coaches in the past by their second year. I was like, okay, I kind of see this act and it's not a good one. I think this is a great act. I just think he's a young coach that has to tweak a couple things. And sometimes he outsmarts himself. And this week was a great example when you're gouging them with the runs by Mostert, and then all of a sudden you just go to those passes. And then the other part of that was, the Braylon Sanders move last year against the Bills. You put the kid in a position and he stops his route. Tua throws a bomb that if he would have kept going, he probably would have had a touchdown, but the kid didn't know the offense. Well, you put Cedric Wilson this past week in a position where maybe he wasn't ready for and he didn't make the right read, and it was a hot read, and you got a pass rush, bro. You don't have time for long plays to develop. And that was to stop the clock and all that, and that was a mistake. And, I blame it on Cedric, but really I blame it more on the coach for putting the wrong people sometimes in positions to really help you when they're not prepared, to help you at times. And so to me, Mike McDaniel at times kind of outsmarts himself. He does some things that just don't make sense at times. And I know he's a fantastic mind and everything else. I just think there's still some green in there in this situation.
So the question at the very beginning of that was, where do I stand on Mike McDaniel? So
do you think what faults do you see in him right now, if you see any? Put it that way.
Well, I just good timing. I just put out the mid-season report card on the Palm Beach Post website, and that includes coaching. And so the coaching staff, I gave a B+. Now I know that in the introductory segment of this deal, you always say that I'm a tough grader. So do you think B+ is fair?
I think it's a super fair grade. I couldn't agree with you more. I think it's fantastic. If he makes some good decisions, it's an A. If Fangio was, the way they were now and healthy from the beginning of the year, then it's an A. So yeah, I love the grade. I completely agree with you.
So you can pull up all the grades and reveal some of them, and we can discuss them if you'd like. I'm sure you'll find a few too low and a few too high.
Specifically,
but
tell me stand with him on some of the decisions he makes at times.
Well, you criticized his decision to have Cedric Wilson on the field.
At that moment. At that moment.
Who would you prefer to have out there? You're going to have 3 receivers.
Waddle outside to make that. If I need to make a hot read decision, I need to know that the guy he's in sync with Tua completely.
I know Waddle had a banged up knee. Was he on the field? I'm assuming he was.
I'm sure he was, but my point is I need to use, he did that with Braylon Sanders in the Buffalo game. Like, why would you do that?
So just to play devil's advocate, after the 2 runs by Mostert,
right,
you were thinking that they should run. So maybe the Chiefs would be anticipating a run. So, McDaniel, in my opinion, is a guy who's more likely. Can I finish my thought?
Wait a minute, but I just had Matt Verderame on before you. And he was just saying that if you're going to attack the Chiefs, you attack them with the run. If you attack them with the pass, you're playing right into their hands. And so, yes, I thought he should have continued to run. You had your timeouts. You had time. You had everything on your side to continue to run. I thought it
So
was
the
terrible.
Dolphins are second in the NFL in rushing yards and first in the NFL in yards per attempt. So I don't think that this is a situation where McDaniel deserves criticism for not running enough like he did last year. Certainly, they're running enough.
No, but
If you thought they were going to run, what can I finish? If you thought they were, can I talk?
Yes.
If you thought they were going to run, and then the Chiefs maybe thought they were going to run, and maybe if Tua and Cedric are on the same page, that's actually a touchdown, and no one's talking about how that was a bad play.
But they weren't on the same page.
Cedric Wilson is a veteran receiver, and he's been with Tua long enough. It's not like he's Chase Claypool and he was just signed off the street or traded for.
He doesn't play much. He's been playing lately now that they've
used him. He's been making big plays. He had a touchdown in this game, a key touchdown.
Yes, I know he had a key touchdown. That was part of my pregame analysis that I said attack Trent McDuffie with either Cedric or Claypool with the taller receiver because he's 5'10". That's exactly what they did. But my point is, in that key moment, if you know it's a hot read type situation, you better have the person that is on the same page with Tua. And Cedric
why wouldn't you think? But just to play devil's advocate, why wouldn't you anticipate that Tua Tagovailoa in his fifth year in the NFL, fourth or fifth year in the NFL, and Cedric Wilson, a veteran receiver with plenty of practice reps, why would you think that they wouldn't be on the same page? I was totally fine with that play.
Okay, all right. Obviously, Cedric Wilson was not on the same page. He did not make the right decisions. So that falls on the coach. You put the wrong person in there. I'll give you another one. You do the tape stuff all the time. Has Durham Smythe been a consistent blocker, or have you seen him miss several blocks this year?
Yeah, so if you look at the grades, I just gave, I think, the lowest score of all position groups to tight end, C-. And Smythe does not have good blocking metrics. I think that he's a solid blocker, but if you're not going to use the tight end as a target in this offense, which obviously it's not a target, it needs to be a very strong blocking position. And Pro Football Reference metrics, other website blocking metrics are not very strong for Smythe.
Okay, so why would the coach put him in front of Tyreek to block Trent McDuffie, and he can't even block a 5'10" corner who then strips Tyreek Hill? Again, that's Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, and the other option is Julian Hill.
And Durham Smythe is constant.
Is an undrafted rookie from Campbell, so
Then don't call that play. You know what I'm saying?
The Tyreek Hill one was interesting. Did you think that there was a chance that his momentum might have been stopped?
I think Durham Smythe was the reason why it happened. You blame Tyreek in the end because he fumbled it, but Tyreek did not stand a chance because the guy in front of him did not do his job to give Tyreek a little space so Tyreek can do his thing. He allowed Trent McDuffie to go right through him and get right into Hill's face and then cause the turnover. And Trent McDuffie.
So just to continue to play devil's advocate, your criticism is why was Smythe on the field, or why would you ask Smythe to make a key block? I mean, he is there to make a key block. He has had many good blocks this season, especially in the running game.
And he's had a lot of screw-ups too. That's my problem with Smythe. He has screwed up a lot this year in the blocking. I've watched it. He has missed blocks a lot this year. And so it's somebody that I would not trust in that situation. And that's what I'm trying to get to with Mike. Mike sometimes outthinks himself and he gets too cute. Instead of, brother, kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. You're gouging them. Their weakness is against the run, not against the pass. Keep doing it, bro. You just got 40 yards on 2 carries. You have your timeouts. If they stuff you, then okay, use a timeout. You've got extra timeouts. Then you can regroup. But after you've gouged them twice in a row, I kind of would have gone after that. That's why, to me, that's the one area that I think Mike needs to grow in. His decision making isn't as consistent as it needs to be.
Well, I think the more fair criticism is play calling speed, especially on the road.
That's another one.
The Dolphins need to get the plays in quicker when they're in a loud environment to give Tua the best chance to succeed. And I'm sure Mike would tell you that. He's been better in his second year as a play caller. It's only the second year ever as a play caller. But that's the one thing the Dolphins really need to clean up is the pre-snap stuff and getting ready to play faster on the road in loud environments.
And we have to be fair to give him the small break of he has taken on the monster of wanting to be the head coach and the offensive coordinator, which is just...
we want him to be. We want him to be. He needs to be.
I know, but it's a bitch to do both. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier to just be the head coach and have an offensive and defensive coordinators and delegate that responsibility. And then that allows you to oversee the whole thing and kind of, but when
I want this guy calling the plays.
Oh, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just saying it's an extra burden that it becomes a harder job for him to overcome. That's all I'm saying. That the learning curve for him, it's a little harder for him, in other words, than just being a coordinator because he really has to worry about everything else too at times.
I think he's going to be fine. Mike McDaniel is very low on my list of worries. You know, left guard is more of a concern. Left guard is more of a concern.
What'd you think of Eichenberg?
You know, honestly, because of the flights and everything, I did not study the film. And I didn't have access to the live television broadcast, so I don't know. You tell me honestly. Did he get beat a few times or not that you could see on the television copy?
I don't remember him getting beat too
Okay.
badly.
Okay.
I do remember this: the 2 long runs at the end. He had 2 key blocks on those runs. Okay. And
he's going to be improved. He's an improved player.
Yeah, Connor Williams made a beautiful second level block on the second run.
Do you want him ahead of Lester Cotton, Kendall Lamb, if you want to try him at guard? I don't know. Because it looks like Rob Jones will be out a little while. Isaiah Wynn's out for a while.
I don't think Kendall Lamb moved at all to guard. But the other ones could be an option. Lester is a molester when it comes to running. He gets on your ass, dude. I mean, I gotta give him.
Cotton played ahead of Eichenberg just a few games ago, right? When both were healthy. Yeah, so that tells us something.
Cotton's issue is pass pro in his reaction, but then again, that happens to Eichenberg too. Eichenberg can pass pro, but it's him reading and reacting is his problem and making sure. But in this game, now, again, it was just a short amount of time that he played, so he didn't play nearly as much, but he actually didn't play bad. I will say that from what I have not rewatched the whole thing yet. I probably will today, actually. I'll have some time finally to watch it. But yeah, I thought he did all right, actually. I was impressed. One of the things
he has reasonable athleticism, and there's probably a part of him that was relieved to play a position he's more comfortable with.
Yeah. And we have to give these coaches credit, bro. These guys can coach the offensive line, Joe. I mean,
I gave the offensive line a B.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus,
fair.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Joe, so you agree with me? You like my grades? You guys check out the grades on the website and tell me which one is too low or high.
Joe, you've never covered a Dolphins team with this many linemen that are actually productive. You know,
B is the highest midseason grade I've had in 8 years.
You're covering a Dolphins team that can put a starting unit out, and they have some backups that are actually capable backups that can do the job. That's unheard of for us down here in Miami, bro.
The off target snap disturbs me because we talked about it.
I blame Tua on that one. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, he should have caught it. Yes. He should have caught it. Yes, he should have caught it.
Wait a minute.
But it was to his right. He's looking to see where the blitz is coming from. There's a lot going on. Mike McDaniel explained it after the game. Yes, Tua takes responsibility, but so too does Connor Williams. He's got to get that snap better.
I get that, but
in a key spot, man.
Look,
key spot.
The throw was all on Cedric. Had nothing to do with Tua. Tua made the right read. It was a hot read. Boom, he got rid of it. He's going after it. He's got a brutal pass rush. He made the right read there. Here, I'm blaming 98% of it on Tua. Yeah, I know Connor went to the side.
I don't know about
but
98%. Did you see where the ball was? Left-handed quarterback, and the
Okay.
ball's out here on the other side of his body.
Okay. No. Let me. He's caught the lowest ones on the floor, and he's caught the ones up above his head, and he's completed the pass after that. So I'm the Tua lover here. I'm the Tua backer. He's got to catch that. I'm sorry. It's his problem. He has to pay attention to the snap and the blitz and everything. That's his damn job. And it was to his right. The low ones and the high ones are way more impressive that he catches, and he still completes the pass. So
I don't know.
Sorry
I think
for that one.
look, I don't know. I haven't played quarterback and I haven't been a center, but he has
Connor
made some impressive catches on snaps that are high and low. I agree. But the one to the right for left-handed quarterback on a fourth down with the game on the line and the blitz coming, and you're trying to – that's a tough play.
Well, remember,
Connor Williams has got it. Connor Williams – listen, we haven't spoken to Connor Williams, okay? We didn't have two folks to go in the locker room in Europe, all right? It was only one person, understandably, from each media organization. Tua said, it's my responsibility. I'm sure that Connor Williams would say, I got to give a better snap. So I'm sure.
Sure. Yeah. But, I mean, listen, Connor was damn good in that game, bro. You know?
If he can just not.
Yeah.
And it was at the worst moment. You know, it's one thing if it's 2nd and 3 in the second quarter.
Right. No. Can't argue with that. You're 1,000% right on that, you know? Yeah. What are you going to do at that point? Rob Hunt is set to come back, too, after the break, too, right?
I don't know, but it was a hamstring, and he was running in Germany after the injury, so probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Which would be good. It'd be good to have Armstead, Williams, Hunt, and Austin Jackson, who is deserving of a reasonable contract extension.
Yeah, Austin Jackson, dude, the pillar of stability on the offense. He went from.
I told you he was going to be better. I told you. You kept asking me, Austin Jackson. I said, I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah. I mean, again, that's why I say we have to give these coaches love, dude. All of them.
I actually mentioned Butch Berry. I mentioned 3 coaches.
Butch, Frank, and Mike.
I didn't mention Danny Crossman because I gave special teams, I believe, a C- or D. Okay, not good enough.
No,
not good in field goals, not good in punts, not good in coverage, not good enough at all.
Joe, he has no business to be employed. He should have been fired last year. He should have been fired. I wouldn't have fired Josh Boyer. Now, you have to fire.
That was the right decision.
I wouldn't have fired Josh Boyer, but you have to because you found Fangio. But if you didn't have Fangio, I didn't have a real problem with Josh Boyer. With all the injuries he had last year, I thought he did a damn serviceable job with that defense. But Danny Crossman has done nothing, dude. I have seen nothing from that guy. At least Josh Boyer had a shit ton of adversity that he had to overcome, and he did it at times. He was able to do some stuff with what little he had. With Crossman, I've never seen anything from him to keep him. I don't know why they even kept him.
I mean, do you blame the players? Right. So Jake Bailey is a below average league punter. Jason Sanders is a below average league kicker who has 0 field goals from 50 plus this year. Braxton Berrios has been fine, but his punt and kickoff return average is below his career average.
Yeah.
They had a key punt blocked, right?
Yeah. I don't know the Jason Sanders thing. I don't know how you keep a guy that can't hit a 50-yarder in this league. You can't do that anymore. You cannot in the NFL. 50, 55-yarders are common field goals.
He's got 4 field goals from 50 plus in 3 years.
Dude, when you and I were kids, when somebody hit a 52-yarder,
yeah,
we used to go,
Matt Barr, yeah.
Whatever. Wow, dude, that guy hit a 52, 53-yard. Now, a 52
John
or
Casey
yarder is nothing. You're supposed to make those now.
Alindo Mare.
Yeah, right. You know, when that would happen, we would freak out. Nowadays, forget it, dude. You got to be able to. They want you to
passed
get
on one, right? Did they pass on a 50-ish, right? Field goal, 57 or 56. They passed. They have 0 confidence in his ability to make a 55, 56 yarder.
And now in the NFL, they want you to take They want you to be able to make those late 50s to early 60-yard field goals. That's crazy, dude, the way they are now in the NFL. All right, what do you got going on in the Palm Beach Post during a slacker week for you?
It is. I want you to read the Miami Dolphins grades. I gave Tua Tagovailoa a B+. I gave the running backs a B+. I was disappointed at the defensive back research. Without Jalen Ramsey, I gave the group a C. They've given up too many passing yards, too high in opposing completion percentage, too high in opposer passer rating percentage, and they have no interceptions. So a lot of stars back there. Javon Holland's been good, but X and Kohu should be better now that Ramsey's in the mix. Dolphins defense is going to be much better if those guys are all healthy.
You have the combination of the two guys that can cover and then the pressure guys, and Jalen now is turning the corner. He's had 3 sacks in three games.
I think a B for the edge rushers.
Yeah, and Chubb has really turned the corner in the last 5 games.
He's been great.
He's been fantastic. And so what he did this week with the tight end with Kelsey and all that, helping that out, it was awesome. It was really fun to watch the way they designed that defense against Kelsey. I think the better part of the defense is coming now, because now you have the coverage and the rushers getting to that point. The part of the defense that I still
linebacker pass coverage.
Yeah, and in the middle
linebacker pass coverage.
Yeah, and I need you to be more stout against the run in the middle a little bit more. But the linebackers,
Raekwon Davis. Raekwon Davis has all the physical tools, but it just hasn't come together. He's not been as impactful as we had hoped.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, follow him on Twitter at Schad Joe. Joe, enjoy your week, my brother. We will catch up next week, my friend. Thank you for the time.
See you, Big O.
You got it. There you go, the great Joe Schad. And, of course, when we talk about essential moving experts, we talk about the great Sean Williams. He knows how to get it done, baby. He's been doing it for a long time. Folks, they've got over 1,700 happy customers that have filed in a complimentary response to their experience, because moving was never so easy. They give you flat rates. A lot of moving companies, they give you ballpark figures. Yeah, we'll do it for $4,000 or $5,500. Well, what is it? Is it $4,000? Is it $4,400? Is it $4,700? No, we'll do it for $1,000 to $1,700. Well, which one is it? And that's not how they do it there. They give you a flat rate. So if they tell you they're going to do it for $500 or $1,500 or $2,500 or whatever, how big the job is, that's the rate you're going to get. And it doesn't matter what you need to move, from one end of the country to the other, from one state to another, inside your county, inside your city, inside your neighborhood. It doesn't matter. You call Essential Moving Experts. They know how to get it done. 386-213-4054. That's 386-213-4054. Call Sean, call Brooke, call the amazing people at EssentialMovingExperts.com.
This is the Big O Show.